We like Solomon Thomas. I almost call him Solomon Torres. Every time I think of Solomon, I think of Solomon Torres back in 1993.
Not Solomon in the Bible.
No, not Solomon in the Bible. Solomon Torres. Game 162, Dodger Stadium, 1993. I'm scarred.
He went on to have a decent career.
He did, and I'm still scarred. 103 wins.
I'm telling you
playoffs.
who I'm scarred from. When the Niners not once, but twice passed on Deshaun Jackson in the draft.
Oh, my gosh.
They took Kentuan Balmer and Chilo the Matador Rashal from USC. Two of the worst picks ever. The other one that sticks out in my head, in my craw, is when they passed on Vince Wilfork, and I knew he'd be a 10 to 15 year absolute monster.
Chilo Rashal. I remember going to the preseason. They have the 49ers have a pasta bowl fest or something like that.
Pasta bowl fest.
Yeah, they would have these.
Don't
pasta
invite anyone
parties.
from St. Mary's there. They might be illegal for. You don't remember when they got in trouble for feeding too much pasta to one of their recruits?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
that's so silly.
We were so mad at North Carolina. Yeah. We put St. Mary's on punishment.
So they used to have these pasta bowls, right? And all the Niner players would be there. They'd be at tables with fans and stuff. And Chilo Rashal is at my table. Me and my little brother Bernard, we're walking around, took pictures with Frank Gore, Vernon Davis and stuff. And then Chilo was the first guy. This is the first time I ever heard about Drake. He goes, "Hey, man, anybody ever tell you look like Drake?" I was like, "Who the hell is Drake?" It's like, you ever watched Degrassi? I was like, Degrassi? What is that? Aubrey Graham? You don't know. And I was like, so then we looked up the Drake guy, and I was like, yeah, I don't look like him.
Is Aubrey Graham the name of the character or his real name?
His real name,
That's
right?
his real name.
That's his real name, not his real name as the character. His actual real name.
His actually real name. Aubrey Graham.
Oh.
I think it's Aubrey Graham. Or was Aubrey Graham his name in Degrassi? I don't know.
Did you see what he did over the weekend?
Who?
He did this AI thing where they...
Oh, with Tupac and everything. And
I thought it was out of bounds.
Yeah, they're not happy with it.
Jimmy Brooks was the character.
Jimmy Brooks.
Aubrey Graham is his real name.
So
Jimmy Brooks.
I just want to talk about this for just 1 second. Drake put out a diss song where he used AI. I don't know if he wrote it or someone else wrote the lyrics. They pumped it into the AI computer or whatever. I sound like such an old person. And then Tupac rapped. It didn't sound like... it wasn't a Tupac rap, number one. It just didn't sound anything like him in terms of how he would deliver the cadence of the flow. And then they used Snoop, who's still alive. It was out of bounds on both levels.
Yeah, Drake's kind of losing it. He is good, though, when it comes to hit 'em ups. He does clap back very well. I'm waiting to Kendrick.
Yeah, I don't think he writes his stuff.
Yeah, but probably not.
Yeah, but that's the essence of hip hop.
You know,
write your own
Jay-Z
stuff.
didn't write a lot of stuff. And I love Jay-Z. Dr. Dre didn't write a lot of stuff on the Chronic 2001.
Dre, I don't consider Dr. Dre one of the great lyricists of all time.
But
he's one of the great producers.
Snoop has some guys write some stuff from time to time.
Snoop's 55 years old.
I'm just saying. I'm just naming rappers. It happens a lot. Every rapper's had somebody write something for them.
Yeah, but Drake never wrote his own stuff.
No, I wouldn't say never.
I mean, that's what they say.
Never. That's what they say. They be hating. He's got to write something. 408. Yes, in Santa Clara Convention, the Apostle Bowls back in the day. Niners used to have Apostle Bowls in the Santa Clara Convention Center. So that was a lot of fun. So anyway,
Chilo Rashal.
Yeah.
Pasta Bowls.
He called me, yeah, that was the story. He called me Drake. And that's the first time I ever found out who Drake was. That was my Chilo Rashal story.
Oh, I thought maybe it was like, and then I realized by how he ate the pasta, he was never going to be a good NFL
I actually thought
player.
it was going to be legit. I was like, I chopped it up with him. He was cool. I was like, all right, let's go. Chilo Rashal's a big boy. Didn't work out well.
Who's the one guy that you were so sold on was going to be so good, and he was a
Colin Kaepernick. I thought,
but Colin had some moments.
Yeah,
I'm saying like all-time whiff for you.
In the draft.
Johnny Manziel for me, I thought was going to be a dude. No, I did. It was when I was like right in college too. Johnny Football was the king of everything. Obviously, in hindsight, after everything come out, it's horrible to even think that he was going to be good in the NFL. Guy couldn't get his life together. But at the time, I did not want Khalil Mack. I wanted Johnny Football. And I was disappointed, and I was totally wrong.
Well, I'll tell you what, with the Niners, I jumped out the seat. I was with my guy Aaron Turner. They drafted LaMichael James. I said,
we all did. No,
oh my gosh, LaMichael.
And then I will never forget him fumbling in the Super Bowl ever again.
And then getting the carry in the goal line because Frank Gore needed a blow after a big 45-yard run against the Ravens to get inside the red zone, to get inside the 10-yard line. LaMichael James was amazing at Oregon. Amazing.
Yeah, it didn't translate.
I
wanted LeGarrette Blount as an undrafted free agent so bad.
He was committed to the Niners
I know,
first.
and then rescinded.
Yep.
Oh, I wanted him so bad.
Blunt force trauma.
Yeah, I want to get everybody's favorite draft misses. And I'll keep most of mine Niners related. I did think Rashawn Woods was going to be a dude out of
Well, I'm going to give you one, and I guarantee you're going to agree with me.
Yeah, no, Rashawn Woods was a Biletnikoff winner.
Yeah,
He was the best wide receiver.
Yeah,
he was the best wide receiver. I loved Rashawn Woods. I thought he was going to pop.
It's Taylor Mays.
Oh, my God.
We all thought Taylor Mays was going to be the next Ronnie Lott. USC, big body, him and Darnell Bing. I said, like, both of these guys are can't miss safeties.
Dude.
I was wrong on both. They missed.
Taylor Mays. So USC, when they used to have the Emerald Bowl out here.
You thought he was going to be good too.
They used to have the Emerald Bowl at Oracle Park. And one of the teams would always practice at City College San Francisco. Miami practiced there one year. That's where I got my first ever credential to go to a sporting event. I'll never forget it. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. I was like, can I get a credential? It was like this big thing for me, for everybody. When you first get that credential, you're like, oh my gosh, I made it, right? So USC one year was practicing at USC. And Taylor Mays was one of the last guys to walk out the locker room. I was like, damn, who is that?
He's humongous.
It was like, that's Taylor Mays. Somebody whispers like, that's Taylor Mays. And I was like, he was God or something. And then Niners drafted him. And then he had the block punt against the Atlanta Falcons. This is one play he ever made for the Niners. Remember that? The block punt in the Georgia Dome?
Of course I do.
The same game, Roddy White forced Nate Clements into a fumble for the second year in a row. Was it Dre Bly?
Maybe it was. Was it
Nate Clements or Dre Bly? One year was Dre. One year was Dre Bly at Candlestick. And then the next year in the Georgia Dome, it was freaking Nate Clements. Yeah, he started high stepping at like the 30-yard line. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're down 35-10. What's going on here? And then the next year in the Georgia Dome, Taylor Mays blocks the punt. Niners are up 14-3. They end up losing 16-14 because the same thing happened. Roddy White forced Nate Clements to fumble.
There was one time.
We have a sickness, I know.
You know how Niner fans have never been united on anything? Like, you like John Brody? I don't. I like Y.A. Tittle. All the way through the Stephen Joe era to the Alex and Colin. There was one time all of the 49er fans were united simultaneously, and it wasn't over a loss. It was the day they drafted A.J. Jenkins when everyone on the planet knew there was the worst pick. First off, everyone went, who?
Yeah,
who?
Who?
I will never forget that. That was the one time in 49er history where everyone agreed, what the hell did they do?
See, R.W. McQuarters, I thought was the next.
We all thought R.W.
He ended up having a good career, though.
It was R.W. and then the Marquez Pope.
Marquez Pope.
I thought Marquez Pope was going to be
was he a free agent signing, though? He was
I don't know, but I thought he was going to be good.
He was a free agent signing,
I thought he was going to be good. Now
I think they moved him from safety to corner.
Exactly.
He was all right.
I knew Roast Rump wasn't going to be they took the fifth best DB out of Miami.
Yeah, the Raiders ended up with Philip Buchanan. We ended up with Mike. He said Mike Roast. Mike Roast. Be kind, Roast man. Rump. Roast Rump.
That guy isn't what a beef roast is.
Dude,
he would always get roasted.
He was a walking pass interference penalty.
Dude, he was horrible.
A.J. Jenkins. It was like, because the Big Ten was hot. It still is, but it was like Illinois. A.J. Jenkins.
And it's not Rashard Mendenhall?
Yeah.
What? Everyone went,
Jenkins,
what?
Dude. I saw a dude at my old donut shop, Tita Clement. And
I'll give you
I saw a dude wearing the Ross special, the A.J. Jenkins jersey, number 17.
How about the day we all celebrated simultaneously when the Raiders took Darius Hayward-Bay ahead of Michael Crabtree?
Well, Crabtree still ended up being a pretty good Raider, so it worked out.
It did work out. It did work out.
I'll never forget that day, though.
Mel Kiper called the Raiders stupid, I think, that day.
Was that the same draft they took Mike Mitchell in?
Yes, Mike Mitchell out of Ohio.
He's a sixth-round pick.
I thought Mel Kiper's head was going to explode watching him react to that Darius Hayward.
I think he said, clearly the Raiders are smarter than everyone else here, so they should just do what they want.
Like, he seemed incensed that the Raiders went away from his mock draft. The vein in his head was massive.
Before we get to the calls, I have to tell the story about the Darius Hayward-Bay draft. So this is when Bachelor Pad was in full swing. Big Dog City and I are living together. We're fighting each other every day.
He actually was decent with the Steelers.
No, but listen. So Big Dog City, diehard Raider fan. He's fries some chicken for us, right?
Yeah.
Me, Mo Buddy, we're watching the draft because we're like, hey, they show a picture, they show the video shot there in the green room. It's Michael Crabtree. Do you remember Michael Crabtree's outfit that day?
No, refresh it to me.
He's wearing all black. He's wearing a black suit.
He fighting for his
black
life,
button up.
Like
dude, listen.
Whenever I hear he was wearing all black, I think of Mark Jackson Game 7.
So true story. We're in the we're in the bachelor pad. Let me get the story out.
I'm sorry.
It's hilarious. No, seriously.
Dion was going to be part of Crabtree's representation.
So Crabtree's in the green. We're wearing all black.
Yeah.
He's got the diamonds in the ear. He looks amazing.
Speaking of double Bolitnikoff winners.
We all loved Crabtree because he was at Texas Tech. He had the game winner against Texas.
The quarterback
I was like, this guy
from
was going to be.
Texas Tech was going to be the man.
Yeah, well, I thought Crabtree was going to be the man. I was like, he could do no wrong. He's beating everything. Double coverage, triple coverage, single coverage, high points the ball, runs every run. I thought Crabtree was going to be that dude. He's wearing all black. Big Dog looks over as he has a frying pan. He has a frying pan with the chicken sizzling in the pan. I go, Big Dog, look at him, dude. Look at the ice. He's wearing all black. Big Dog creeps over. He looks. He goes, we got our guy. I was like, he's wearing all black. Big Dog goes, we got our guy. We got our guy. He's going to be a Raider, baby. Al Davis loves it.
He'll be a Raider.
So then a couple picks later.
He didn't run because he had the stress fracture.
Yeah, he had the stress fracture, so he didn't run.
I'm telling you, I thought Graham Harrell was going to be the man.
But no, yeah, I didn't. I thought he was just another spread offense quarterback.
I was like, air raid, baby.
I thought
Bring
it
to me.
I thought it was Cliff Kingsbury 2.0, and he happened to be just that.
I love Mike Leach.
So Big Dog looks over. He goes, oh, we got him. And then the Raiders are on the clock. And when they said Darius Hayward-Bay, I veered to my right, looked at Big Dog, and he had a blank stare.
Oh, my God.
And it was the depression. And Mo Money and I just started. I laughed for the next 45 minutes. It's like Darius Hayward-Bay. So, true story. The story's still going here. Niners obviously take Crabtree. I'm happy.
Amazing.
We're happy. We're like, yes.
Yeah, amazing.
So I'm working at Cobb's Comedy Club at the time. So I go to work that night.
Did
I
he
get
snatch
home.
your chain?
No, he did not. So I go to Cobb's Comedy Club that night. I get off work. I get home. It's like 12:30 in the morning. Big Dog City, by that point, has fully convinced himself that Darius Hayward-Bay was the right pick. This dude's watching all these highlight films. You remember the Cal game, B? We got up early to Cal. I was like, come on, man. He had 2 catches in the Cal game. What are you talking about? He had fully convinced himself that Darius Hayward-Bay was the right pick, and they outsmarted everybody. That's how much denial he was in about Darius Hayward-Bay. I'll never forget that draft. And then we argued for months on months that Darius Hayward is going to be better than Crabtree. Watch. It was just like, what? You took the wrong guy. Nobody knew who Darius Hayward-Bay was, and they took him 7th overall. It was unbelievable. But that's what we do, right? During the draft. We whiff. We know the players that whiff. And I tried to convince myself Kenton Balmer was a player.
No, I knew he wasn't. I was
I was
with my boy Della. I was furious we didn't take Deshaun Jackson in the first. So then, all right, second round. Oh, he's fallen to us. The Rams took a wide receiver right before the Niners in that same draft, before they took Shiloh Rashal. And I was like, okay, here he is. We're going to take, and we didn't take him.
Nope.
This was ridiculous.
Well, Rupert Foster, I almost wrecked my car on the Bay Bridge because that was the day we had the draft show at the Fox Theater. And when I knew they took Rupert Foster, I was like, oh my God, Lynch is a wizard. He traded down 1 pick. He got Solomon Thomas. We weren't even though inside of me, I was like, we're really not going to take Deshaun Watson coming off that national championship. We kind of need a quarterback.
Hand size.
But whatever, the hand size. By the time, the voice of the Niners I was working with, wasn't high on Deshaun Watson whatsoever. And then by week 5, when he lit up Seattle, this guy could be the Michael Jordan on the football field. I mean, the spirals he throws, Bonte. I was like, I know, Pop. Anyway.
I'm looking at the Kenton Balmer class.
Oh, my gosh.
It's just...
Oh, my gosh.
Calais Campbell went, right? Oh, my God. Listen to this. I want you to hear this. Just Jordy Nelson goes to Green Bay right ahead of him, okay? Right ahead of him. Atlanta takes Curtis Lofton, who had a pretty decent career. Shiloh Rashal goes 39 overall. Eddie Royal goes after him. Matt Forte goes after him. Deshaun Jackson goes after him. Quentin Groves goes after him. Calais Campbell goes after him. Ray Rice goes after him. Dexter Jackson. I mean, Chad Henne. It's like a potpourri of freaking studs. And we took Shiloh Rashal.
I can tell so bad.
Chad Henne wouldn't even be bad.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Still bad about that.
Martellus Bennett, Terrell Thomas. There's so many great players. It makes me so angry.
Let's go to Nick and Berkeley.
No, wait. Before you go to Nick, I'm going to give you my other favorite. My favorite moment. I pulled an all-nighter. I'm not going to say what I was doing. It was me and Seamus. We were over at his parents. They had a house over in the Mission. We're downstairs in the apartment area. Stayed up all night. Niners are going to draft number 1 overall. This is the year Alex Smith was drafted. And back when you used to watch ESPN News, and you'd have the ticker, and you'd wait for all the sports highlights on the ticker. And it came out a little early, prematurely, the Niners are going to take Alex Smith. So we were all devastated. Devastated. And then immediately after that, it said, but the Niners still might take another quarterback and trade back to number 4. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Gruden had number 4. The Niners were thinking about trading back into the top 5. They never ended up doing it.
They never ended up doing it.
They literally have audio of Mike Nolan coming back saying, we thought about taking 2 quarterbacks in the first round. Mike Nolan.
And you pass up on Aaron Rodgers, who started a game against USC, I believe. Love it. You would know
22.
This. I thought it was 23-23.
Maybe it was 23.
All I remember was Keith Jackson.
And he threw it out to either Chase Lyman or
from
Jeff MacArthur. He threw it out of bounds on purpose. That's what broke the streak.
Well, it broke the streak, and Chase Lyman actually broke his leg that day.
That's right.
And he's from St. Mary's in Mountain View. St. Mary's in Mountain View.
St. Francis kid?
Yeah, St. Francis. What did I say? St. Mary's. I'm saying St. Francis Mountain View.
He was so
broke
sick.
his leg at the LA Memorial Coliseum. They got 1st and 10 inside the 10-yard line and didn't run one play. Not one run play. When they were running the ball down USC's throat.
Tedford.
Lost 23-17. ESPN Game Day was there. That was like, go get Rodgers if you're the 49ers, and they got Alex Smith. Nick and Berkeley, what's happening, man? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's up, y'all, man? Dexter, Little Wester, Jackson, R.W. Fumbles, McQuarters. You guys are killing me, man. Like, dude, like, okay, so the fear, the infuriation that we all feel as Niner fans listening to these, like who type of picks. I'm like this, man. We have to realize that old man York has a lot more influence on who the Niners pick than we actually know about. It has to be that. The coaching staff can't be that dumb, passing up all these players. He's just like, no, the contract's going to be too big. These are the lower target groups that I want to go through. It has to be that. You can't be that dumb in the draft. Someone needs to lock Shanahan in the bathroom today and keep him out of the war room because he's doing too much, first of all. Straight up. Let me tell you something. Kansas City's rated up to get because they're going after big Mims, the big 320-pound, 6'8" offensive tackle from Georgia.
I love that guy.
If we don't get him, why? Dude, it's not a panic situation with the Niners. Why are we even talking about trading Ayuk? He led the team in receiving, and he probably would have put up more yards the year before, but apparently he was in the Shanahan's doghouse in his 3rd year. I mean, it was ridiculous. But, man, I'm telling you, look, there's no way that any NFL team should allow Kansas City to get this dude because he's a monster, dude. He's nobody's getting by him, really. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. And let me tell you something, man. I don't understand why everybody's in this panic mode. We were right there, but we just couldn't run the ball at times. Why not get an offensive lineman? Why not trade up to get the best offensive lineman, the best center that we can get, a versatile guy, you know what I mean, in case someone gets hurt. I mean, dude, there's a couple cats out there that we need to get. But we're focused on, like, Stan has always focused on, like, these position players, man. Like, stop it, dude. Stop manipulating the team and having like, deficiencies that we consistently have every year. Like, what are you not looking at, bro? Like, dude, I swear to God, I'm going to take my TV and huck it like a Frisbee if Kansas City gets that lineman. It's getting hucked, bro. I'm telling you. I'll film it and send you guys a video. I can't take it no more.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Hey, good call, Nick. Hey, by the way, Mibbs, you brought up the Guyton guy yesterday, which was a good call because when I saw his name